So the next topic is Biden's retired paid General Lloyd Austin to run for Pentagon.
Are you talking about the black 4-star general?
Yeah, I got some issues here.
Oh boy. I mean, again, well, I'm gonna let Heero go first. Go ahead and talk about the brother, man. Remember, we talking about a brother here.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. Are we ready to go back? You want to wait to get some water? You want to get the shiny side out of the way?
Nah, man. She can just pop in anytime. She's welcome. It's her house. She can pop in.
All right. So then let's get to it. Welcome to another episode of the Identity Booth. My name is Heero. That is my boy Eric, and we are here to identify with you as you identify with us. This is just a range of shows that we do. We have a live stream that we try and go on every Friday. But if you don't catch us on Friday, you guys can catch us anywhere on the timeline. Just make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all those fancy things. You can also find us on Anchor, YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and Instagram. And pretty soon not Twitch. What's it called? Snapchat.
Not Snapchat.
What's it called?
TikTok.
Damn it. There's too many of them. Shit.
Yeah, it is. But
look at the bottom of my page. Look at all those things I have written down there. That's too much.
Man, I know.
But
it's all right.
I'm complaining. I'm crying. But
you know what we'll do, bro? Let's just take the Twitter thing off and put the TikTok thing.
But the Twitter one has people watching right now. There's 2 people watching on Twitter. We can't deny them.
Okay.
I'll make it smaller and add Twitch, TikTok. But for right now, we have some accomplishments to send out. We have 244 identifiers. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get that number up to. Let's get 3 people to subscribe today, man. If you're watching this right now and you're like, damn, this is cool. Send this to somebody so that they can help us get to our goal, so that we can help you guys get to your goal. Subscribing is free, man. Support is free over here. Support small black businesses. We have 12 we have 12 identifiers on Twitch. So if you have a Gmail account, that's free. You already have a Twitch account, just log on to Twitch, find the Identity Booth, subscribe, and we're good from there. Our booth boss, Keisha, shout out to Keisha. What is a booth boss, you might be wondering? Booth boss is just somebody that helps us look good. Basically, because we still be fucking shit up. So,
hey, it's growing pains. Growing
pains. So if you talk to us on here, the person who communicates the most to us in the booth gets to be the booth boss. And Keisha's the 4-time winner right now. Nafi is in close lead, and she helped us out early, so I think she might have a boost on her. But Eric, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm here. I'm here. Okay. It's already been a week.
Voicemail line now. You guys can leave us a voicemail. It's in the description.
So if you have any topics you want us to cover, any like voice comments or like extended thoughts that can't fit in 200 characters, go drop it in the voicemail line. I'd love to troll you based on what you put in there. I'll just play it. I just want to hear it. We'll play it back. If it's really good, we'll put it on. No problem. Yeah, we'll put it up.
So today, what are we talking about today, Eric?
We're talking about Biden's cabinet picks, mainly his Secretary of Defense pick, General Lloyd, Mr. Lloyd.
Yeah, and I have some feelings about this, but I want to preface them because I don't want to be canceled. I just got here. I don't want to be canceled right away.
Who's gonna cancel you? You're a black dude talking about a black dude.
You know what? That's a fair enough disclaimer from me. I guess. Okay, so I guess but this is what the story is, right? So I want to preface it by saying this. Too often in time, like I always say that once you eliminate the racial issue, you have to start worrying about social economic issues.
Yes.
And because like racism is how shit like gets diluted, but then when you get to the core of it, it's a social economic issue that you're dealing with. And too often in our time as black people, we assume that putting a black person in a position of power will eliminate the systemic racism. We know from our forefathers that house Negroes exist. We know that the reason why certain slaves never made it off the plantation wasn't because they weren't fast enough, wasn't because they weren't strong enough to make the journey. It was because one of the house Negroes snitched. It's in what I mean by this is putting black people in certain positions doesn't necessarily solve the problem. And the problem I have here are a few things. We are looking at General
Lloyd
Austin, who is
because he black, he's a Floyd.
No, you know why I said Floyd, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that name is stuck with me now. After what happened to him, 8 minutes and 46 seconds, it's stuck with me. I always misspell it. It just stuck in my mind. But the thing that we're talking about with him, he's a decorated general, been in there for 20 plus years. 4-star. Like look at the pins on his jacket. The man is accomplished, and this isn't the argument for us. But the thing is the exception to the rule. Him being nominated is breaking a law, because in order for you to be, and before I even talk about the rules he's breaking, congratulations on being the first nominated black person in this position, the Secretary of State. He's the first ever. So this is a cap in our feather, but this is one of those feathers that I think to myself, it took us this long to get this damn feather? My problem here with him is that him being, if he does get this position, one is breaking the law, so it makes us look just as guilty as when Trump did it. Now, they obviously can ask Congress to excuse this law, and they will, like they did for Trump, which is acceptable, but it's just the notion that this rule was put in place to keep military people who were just leaving the military from getting and turning around and being in high-end paying positions that dictate what the military can do. There's a conflict of interest. This is why it exists. Number 2 reason why this is a bad idea. Raytheon accounts for 2/3 of our military spending.
And guess who was employed by Raytheon?
And still on the board.
This is the problem with politics here, what Heero's describing to y'all. See, the problem is Joe Biden, whether you like him or not, he's a war hawk. This guy, General Austin, is a war hawk. He fought in Iraq. He was a battlefield commander. I mean, he did, I don't know how many tours they said he did. He was the like 4 theater engagements over in the Middle East, and during this last whole war thing. I mean, this guy is for the military, hardcore for the military. So you know what's going to happen. Trump's already got the military budget increased. I promise the military budget will increase under Biden and this guy. Him being on the board of Raytheon is a conflict of interest. Raytheon makes so many weapons and technology systems for the United States military. It would be like Lockheed Martin, a former general who was on the board for Lockheed, getting a cabinet position at the Pentagon, or like this guy as a defense secretary, being passed over for somebody like a Jay Johnson, who was like the Homeland Security Secretary. Why didn't you get somebody else who had a little bit more political clout and had less conflicts of interest? But unfortunately, that's not how politics works. So we're going to have to take this, and you mark what me and Heero saying. This is going to be a huge conflict. Don't tell you right now, he gets installed, Biden, on the 20th of January. And then he actually legitimately picks Lloyd Austin. You better go take some money and invest in Raytheon. I'm telling you that right now. That's a free stock tip.
The thing that no one is going to talk about is the implications of how this is wrong. Because I don't know anything about Lloyd Austin, General Lloyd Austin, with all due respect, but I can tell that the fact that he agreed to this, he has no vested interest in ending the cycle of wars. He has no vested interest in pursuing this imperialistic idea of America being installed in brown countries, and that is a problem. And one of the worst form of oppression is the oppression that can be forced upon you by someone that looks like you. It's the person who tells you you're not a slave as he puts you in chains, and he chains himself up to you. Mm-hmm. That is the worst type of oppression, because it's a false sense of security, and the false sense of security isn't something that we're not unknown to. And people are probably saying, Heero, you're being harsh as fuck. Go fuck yourself. We've seen too many applications of this. Don't believe me? Breonna Taylor's district attorney, a state's attorney general, Daniel Cameron, he sat up and gave a 11-minute speech at the RNC, smiling from ear to ear while denying Breonna Taylor and her family the opportunity of justice. Don't believe me? Even the and this is something else. This is something else that people don't want to talk about. Putting a black person in charge is cool. The district attorney of Los Angeles, who just lost on the 7th, who just gave up her seat on the 7th, she's a black woman, and she didn't hold the officers who killed Stephon Watts for liable for that murder. And just to give you a reminder, Stephon was someone who was walking in the back of his house after hearing a commotion of what was raccoons or coyotes messing with his trash can, and walked back into his house and was shot in pitch black of night by 2 officers, and they weren't held accountable. This is the same lady who sealed all officers' files and records who were implicated in wrongful doing before she left out. One more example, and this is a Dallas one. The Dallas sniper. He took out.
You about to say the DC sniper?
Yeah, that one too. But the Dallas sniper, Misha Xavier Johnson, took out 9 Dallas police officers, and the captain, Brown, had to resign in shame because he didn't have the balls to just flat out say, hey, when officers shoot black people, we can't let them go free. And this same dude is a black man who lost his son to an officer-related shooting. This is a police officer, a black man, who's okay with losing his son to a shooting caused by an officer. And then he had the nerve to take his punk ass up to Chicago and try and be a captain. Go fuck yourselves. Just because you're black doesn't mean you know how to act. And it definitely doesn't mean you got black people's best interests at heart.
Oh, we already know that.
We could talk about some people in that matter, but let's get to these questions real quick.
Yeah, so Nafi says, so wait, we don't like this man? No, Nafi, this guy is on the board of Raytheon. He's a war hawk. He is also a battlefield commander, which means he's going to be a less articulate Colin Powell. That's exactly what we're getting. So if Biden says, hey, we're invading his countries, he is going to co-sign. See, what Biden is doing is surrounding himself with people that are going to be with his agenda and further his agenda and not push back. He is a veteran. I mean, he's decorated 4-star general, but that doesn't mean that there's any conflicts of interest. Doc said, LOL, not Colin. Yeah, well, you know, Colin likes Biden too. So I'm just telling you, what does that tell you? If Colin Powell endorsed Joe Biden and then he hires this guy, what does this tell you? And Heero and I have talked about this, and Heero just mentioned this. Imperialism is what America's famous for. And with this presidency, the war machine is cranking back up. And because we lost a legitimate 4 years, expected to be in overdrive. I'm telling you, Biden's going to put his foot to the freaking floor and gas us all the way. Actually, Biden's got a Tesla. He's going 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds. So shout out to Nafi. I'm loyal to the VA. Hey, I appreciate you being loyal to the VA. We need somebody loyal to the VA because they don't take care of veterans in this country. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
Your soapbox, appreciate it. But, you know, this is just a figment of a story. Like, shall we not judge thou until we see thou's action? Sure, maybe. But history repeats itself, and only people who failed history don't learn. Like,
Yeah.
you can see,
What did the old folks say? Maya Angelou say, when people show you who they are,
you gotta
believe
you
them.
gotta believe it.
Well, that's
Nafi, I
more
literally
like a
said
younger
hi
man
to you
saying.
in the beginning of the show. You were the first person I mentioned on the show. Nafi, I get it. Okay. Can I have a disclaimer real quick? Hey,
Now, hold on, Nafi. Why you being antagonizing Big Bro in the show?
I want to give a disclaimer because people might not know this, and I want this disclaimer isn't even for the people. It's for YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere this is being shown. Hi, how you doing? My name is Heero. I am the host of the Identity Booth. This is Eric. He's the co-host. We run a show where we try to identify with you as you identify with us. Nafi, for all you guys that don't know, is my biological sister, and I love her dearly. But she has little sister syndrome, and this might be something you don't readily understand. So allow me to explain if you don't know what it's like to have a Nigerian little sister. It is this unrelenting, unscathing, fire sun hot, hot sun fire to persist in that everything and anything you think of or do when she's around is about her. Nafi will not yield. Nafi will make death threats. Nafi will put money up for grab in order to acquire this information of attention.
Wow.
If you as a person are watching this, I want you to know that I love my sister deeply. I love her dearly. In fact, I would give her both my kidneys. That's how much I love her. But this unrelenting attack on me is beyond approach. Beyond approach. So this is the end of my disclaimer. Nafi, I love you. You will always be the winner in my heart, okay? You won.
She says the North will remember, and she says I'm the face of our family, which I had to chuckle at.
She probably is.
I couldn't tell that at your mom's birthday party. It looked like you were the face of the family. She might be the voice of the family, but Heero's the face.
Yeah.
Okay, Heero's the head.
Definitely the voice of the family.
Either that or Heero's the head and Nafi's the neck, and she's just gonna turn you whichever way she wants to.
I can believe that one right there. But that was the show. Tell us about what you think about all this great stuff, and if this Warhawk is going to fly down and drop bombs on Baghdad. The answer is yes, but I'm interested to hear why. We have a voice line if you don't feel like texting it up. Leave us a voice line if it's remotely good. Challenge. We'll put it on the show next week. But you guys take care of yourself. Eric, where else can they find us?
I don't want you to find us anywhere but YouTube. Seriously, go on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, set it to all, and then go hop down there and let's have a party in the comment section for Jesus' name's sake. Come on, guys. Seriously.
And with all that being said, if you don't feel like looking at our faces, you can hear us because we're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. Just search the Identity Booth, Anchor FM, Player FM, and Anchor FM. Shout out to those platforms. Keep on chugging, and we'll catch you guys on the next show. Take care. Intermission.